Hello and welcome everyone to this new course where we will be creating a Nintendo Game Boy from start to finish using Blender and Substance Painter. So if you just look over in the resource files that have been provided to you with the course, you will find everything that is needed for this tutorial in these files only. So let's just quickly open up this reference images folder. Here I have added like a bunch of different images that will help us in creating the model. Mainly I will be using this reference image only for the exact measurement of the object that we are trying to create. But I still suggest you guys to look over the rest of the images from time to time to just get the proper feel of the object that we are trying to create. Like we have this one with the back side of the model, we have this with the front side, and we also have this particular image that has all the different views of the object. So yeah, you can definitely check these out to get the proper idea for the object. We also have the reference images for the small cartridges that we will be creating to add some extra detail to our object. So yeah, let's just begin now, and what we will do now is we will go back to Blender and let's just start by creating a new Blender file. So click on here and we are in new Blender file now. So what I will do is first I will just quickly turn on my screencast keys so that you can see every shortcut that I perform over here in the bottom left corner. So let's say I just selected this cube, press Shift plus D. You can see I duplicated it and used the Shift plus D command and it is appearing over here. Whatever I do will be showing up over here so that it is easier to follow me. So let's just press A to select everything and then just press delete. Alright, now what I want to do is I want to bring in this reference image, so this one, into Blender so that we can use it to create a model. So first what we need to do is we need to press 1. So basically this is the front view. This is the orthographic front view. You can see over here, this is the front side view. If you press 3, this will be the right view, 7 would be the top view, and 9 would be the bottom view. So you should remember all these shortcuts. They would be really useful in the course and we will be using them a lot. So 1 is for front, 3 is for right, and 7 is for top, and 9 is for bottom. This is on the number pad of your keyboard. One more thing, if you press 1, it will show you the front orthographic view, but if you press Ctrl plus 1, then it will show you the back side. Similarly, 3 is for right side and Ctrl plus 3 is for left side. Alright, so now that is clear, I will press 1 so that I can go back into the front view only. Now I will press Shift plus A to add a new object. Let's go over to image and we need to add a reference image. So now I will just head over to my tutorial directory over here. Open up the reference images folder and we need to just bring in this reference image. Alright, so as you can see, it is aligned with the front side view. If you press 1, you can view this image properly. If you press 3, you are viewing it from the right side. It is basically a 3D plane, so we cannot really see it from the right side. But if you press 1, you will be able to see the image. So just select the image, press G, then Y, and move it like this a little bit back so that it is not at the center of the scene. So that we can like just add objects over here and press 1. And you can see we can easily like match it with the reference image. If you enable this X-ray, we can easily see the object and a reference image and we can easily model everything that we want to according to it. Let's just press tab again to go out of the edit mode, select the cube, press delete. Alright, now what I will do is I will select the reference image again, press Shift plus D, duplicate this and make sure you hit Y to lock it on the Y axis like this. Let's place this back over here, somewhere around in the middle only. It does not have to be perfect. Then you can just press R to rotate it and now make sure to press Z to lock it on the Z axis and then just type in 90. So I think you understand what I'm doing right now. I'm creating the reference image for the right side. So press G then X now and move it like this. So this way what will happen now is if I press 1, we can see the image from here, then we press 3 and we can see it over here also so that we can model the right side of the model. And we will be worrying about the left side and the back side later on, but first we will be just modeling the front side and this right side. Alright, so now all that's left is to just select the images and let's do a couple of settings. What I will do is I will come over here in the object data properties and make sure to enable only axis aligned. So what this will do is it will make the image invisible. Let's just do it for both of them. And it will be only visible when you are actually in the particular axis that it is aligned to. So this is currently aligned to like the front axis, or we can say the y axis. So if you press 1 now, you can see you can now view the image, and if you press 3 you can view this right side image. But as soon as you move out of the axis, they become invisible. So that is really helpful for us because it won't be like obstructing any view. Alright, so now we can finally start modeling our object. So press Shift plus A and let's just add a simple cube. But before proceeding, I will just quickly hit save. So press Ctrl plus S and let's just save our file. I will head over to the tutorial directory again. You can open it up, and in the Blender files, let's just save it as Nintendo Game Boy, and it's saved. Alright, so now we can start. So first press 1 to go into the front side view, and we can select this cube and let's just place it over here at the top. So to move it, you just need to press G and place it over here this way. You can enable X-ray so that you can properly view the reference image, but now you will notice that you cannot really see your cube. So to fix that, what we basically can do is we can press 1 first for the front view. Let's just select this image and we can decrease its opacity until we can finally see our cube again. So maybe we can set this to something like 0.25, because we can still basically see the reference image and we can see our cube also. So that is pretty good for us. Let's just do the same thing for this one also. Enable back the opacity and let's just set the value to 0.25. Press 3 for the right side view and you can see we can see it properly. Next, what you can do is you can just select this and try to move it over here to place it with the right side. Press tab to go into the edit mode. Now you can press 1 for the vertices select. So we can select the vertices by pressing 1. 2 is for the edge select mode. We can select the edges, and 3 is for face select mode. This is pretty basic stuff. I am pretty sure that you are aware with this. Alright, so again I will press 3 for the right side view. Press 1 for vertices select. Make sure X-ray is enabled and just select all of this. Press G, then Y, and place it somewhere like this. Match it with the reference image. Similarly, do it for this side also. Press G, then Y, and place it like this. Also, let's bring it down from over here. So press G, then Z to lock it on the Z axis and place it like this. Alright, we are pretty good to go. Now I will press 1 for the front side view. And basically what we can do now is we do not need to like place it up, because you will notice that it is now out of alignment with the right side. So a simple way to do it would be to just select the reference image and bring it down. So press G then Z and let's just bring the reference image down completely. And yeah, as you can see, it fits perfectly from the bottom and the top. So now we do not really need to adjust it again and again. We can just select the cube, press tab, select these vertices, press G then X and place it over here. Then select these vertices, press G then X and again place them over here like this. Alright, so now you will notice that we have got our basic shape, very basic shape. If you press 1, we can perfectly view it in the front view, perfectly aligned with the reference image. And if you press 3, we can see it perfectly in the right side view. Alright, so now we can start with the modeling. Let's see what we can do first. First, what I want to do is I want to make sure that we apply the scale of this. Whenever we change like the scale of the object, make sure you apply the scale. So if you aren't aware with this concept, what this basically means is whenever you like change the scale of the object like this, you just need to press Ctrl A and apply the scale. So yeah, make sure to just remember this. If you want to know why we do this, let me just quickly explain it to you by just adding 2 different cubes. So let's just add this one cube, press Shift plus D to duplicate this over here like this. And now what I will do is I will scale it up like this. And I will scale this one also like this. You don't need to follow me over here. I'm just explaining you a very simple concept. So as you have noticed, I have scaled both of them, but I haven't really applied the scale for any of them. So I will just select this one and press Ctrl A and apply the scale for this. Alright, so this one has its scale applied and this one does not. If I select this cube, press tab, and let's say I select any simple command. So I will press 2 for the edge select, press A to select everything, and then basically I will press Ctrl B. So Ctrl B is the beveling command, and you will notice the bevel is not really working properly. It has beveled in a very weird way. The bevel is like very stretched over here, and it is like very short over this edge, and overall the object looks very weird. But if I select this one, press tab, and let's just do the same thing. So press 2 for edge select, press A to select everything, and then if I press Ctrl plus B to bevel this one, you will see that the bevel is completely uniform and perfect. So this is what happens when you like apply the scale of object and you don't apply the scale. Things can get a little bit weird. So make sure whenever you change the scale of the object, you always press Ctrl A and then apply the scale. So yeah, if that's clear now, select this object, press Ctrl A, apply the scale. Also, what we can do is we can place its origin back at its center, because you can see it is kind of out of place. Origin is this yellow orange point. So go over to object, set origin, and origin to geometry. You can see now it is perfectly at center. Alright, enable back X-ray, and let's see, we can select this edge over here. So press 2 and select this edge. Press 1 again for front view, and now press Ctrl B to bevel this to create this sort of shape, this curved edge. And you can use your scroll wheel to like increase or decrease the number of segments. So increasing the segments will obviously increase the poly count, but it will also make your edge very smooth. So I think I will go with the higher number like 6, 7, 8 to make it just like very smooth, so that we don't have any kind of like low poly feel, because I don't want this to look bad. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. We can just hit right click and hit shade smooth. You will notice everything is looking kind of weird after shading smooth. So you can just come over here in the object data properties, in the normal section, make sure to enable auto smooth. So whenever you shade smooth anything, just make sure to enable auto smooth so that everything looks perfect. Alright, one more thing, I will come up over here and enable the cavity and the shadow. This basically enhances the look of your model, and it makes it a little bit easier to view all these edges. As you can see, if you disable this, the edges are not that visible, but if you enable this back again, the edges are pretty visible and they look good. So yeah, I just like to keep this on enabled. So yeah, these kind of things are like totally up to your personal preference if you want to enable them or not. I will just press 1, enable X-ray, and we can just continue modeling our object. You will notice that over here in the corner, the edges are all beveled and they are not like really sharp. So let's do that now. Press tab and select this edge, and this one. Press 1 for the front view. Zoom in on the reference image and just press Ctrl plus B and bevel it. Make sure to decrease the number of segments because it is a small bevel, so we don't want it to be too much. Alright, that's perfect in my opinion. And you can see the object or our model looks pretty good from the reference image. Let's just hit shade smooth again and enable auto smooth. Make sure that you keep on hitting Ctrl plus S to save your files so that none of your data is lost. Alright, so now let's keep on moving further. I will select this and let's just add a bevel modifier to this to smoothen out the rest of the edges. So I will add a bevel modifier, and also when we will use the Boolean modifier, it will work very well with the bevel modifier. So that's why we can add this modifier, and you can now reduce the bevel amount to your liking. We can like control it with this option over here. So maybe something like this is pretty good for now. We can obviously always change it later on. Come over here in the shading tab and we can enable harden normals from over here. Make sure that auto smooth is also enabled. If you disable auto smooth, then it won't work like properly and give you weird results. So yeah, make sure auto smooth is enabled, and we can enable harden normals from over here. And we basically have the base shape of our model. We can hit save, and I think this is pretty much enough for this lecture. We will continue refining our shape and give it more details, like we will be using the Boolean modifiers to create all these like different types of cutouts into our model. So yeah, we will continue modeling it in the upcoming lectures. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one.